Hey, friends, it's not too uncommon for leaders to ask me what I believe is the most valuable characteristic that a leader can possess. Now, clearly, there are several, but the one I tend to lean on is empathy. As a matter of fact, several months ago, I was speaking on that very topic, the power of empathetic leadership. And as my presentation wound up, um, person in the audience raised their hand and asked the question. And they said, when are you too nice? And when I asked for clarification, she said, well, I find that when I'm too nice, people tend to take advantage of me. And I responded with, well, first of all, thank you for being an empathetic leader. However, people don't take advantage of you because you're too nice. They take advantage of you because you enable that behavior. Okay, so this is a challenge I see a lot of leaders struggle with. And what I'm referring to is leaders who confuse kindness with weakness. And what I'm talking about is this. Leaders want to be seen as kind, empathetic, and they want to be liked. At least I hope they do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it also doesn't mean you have to compromise holding people accountable or ensuring that they perform at the level of expectation. I think this stems from this belief that the only way to get people to perform is by raising your voice or being a tyrant, and that's completely false. There's nothing that says you can't sit down with somebody in a way that does not compromise their self-esteem, in a way that's kind and empathetic, and explain to them where they're falling short, and that it's your job to help them to achieve greatness. It's your job to pull them up to where they need to be. And look, if you find that you've fallen into this trap, and you have people that you've allowed to exhibit behaviors that everyone knows isn't aligned with the organization's goals and expectation, hit the reset button. Sit down with these people or person and simply explain that it's important to you to be kind and empathetic, but at the same time, it's important that they deliver on the expectations. No need to raise your voice, no need to compromise their self-esteem. And while you're at it, let them know that you care enough to be honest with them. That concludes this episode. Friends, if you'd like more information on this topic, you can contact me at info@bartspenceSpeaks.com. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.